the other day, this chick had hit me up asking me to mount a TV at her crib. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I grab my tools and shit. We set up a little day and time, whatever. My tools at my homie crib. So I hit my homie up like, hey, I need them tools and shit. I need to stop by and grab them. I'm like, he like, all right, cool. So I pull up to grab the tools. He like, what you working on a project or something? I'm like, nah, this chick asked me to mount a TV for her. He asked who. I told him who it was. He like, oh, what's she on with you? Like, what's she trying to do? I'm like, shit, she's just trying to get a TV mounted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. He like, what she ain't trying to fuck? Like, what you just gonna mount a TV for free? Like, you ain't finna fuck? I'm like, nah, nigga, we cool. Like, she good people. I'm just finna help her out. Like, mount a TV, it ain't no big deal. It don't take long to mount a TV. Like, it ain't no big deal. And it made me think about like how like his mind went straight to the exchange for that should be sex. It wasn't like, oh, was she gonna pay you? Whatever the case may be. Of course, if it was a guy, it would have been like, oh, well, he gonna pay you. Or it would have been like, oh, that's just a homie.
He probably didn't even ask anything about it.
Right. Like, if I was to say, like, oh, yeah, Jones asked me to come mount a TV for him and help him mount a TV or whatever, motherfucker wouldn't have said nothing. Sure. But if I say it's a chick and we cool, it's like, well, she trying to fuck? Whatever the case may be. And it just made me think about rape culture. Mm-hmm. And when we hear the word rape, of course, we think about somebody forcefully having sex with a woman or a man, whatever the case may be. And that's not exactly what it is. Rape culture is about the thought processes that objectify women and make men look at women just in a purely sexual way as sexual objects. And that leads to men putting women in uncomfortable situations very often. And it's not even just men that are monsters. Like, in reality, majority of men have never raped a woman and will never rape a woman in their lifetime. All right? Mm-hmm. That's a fact. So we're not even going to go there. However, there's a culture that makes men put women in uncomfortable situations very, very often because of how common it is to objectify women. So we're going to talk about that, but not only are we going to talk about that, we're also going to talk about how rape culture is so normalized in media and just in just common spaces that women also perpetuate rape culture as well, right? And we're going to talk about how a lot of women use rape culture, like the Me Too movement, things that come from that, to their advantage. So it's not gonna be a one-sided conversation. We're not gonna beat up on niggas. We're not gonna villainize niggas. We're gonna talk about some of our own thoughts, how we grew up. And I'm gonna say me, because I don't know what you're gonna say. But I'm even talking about some of my own thoughts, how I grew up and how rape culture molded the way I thought about things and a lot of shit that I had to unlearn as well.
If you lazy, you waking up at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon and shit like that,
popping bottles,
you're setting the tone for everybody because you're the leader.
Popping pills.
That's just what comes with being a man.
Popping bitch ass niggas.
I don't want nobody making decisions over my life except me. Not a woman, not a judge, not an officer, not no motherfucking body.
When them bullets hit them up, look like son had a seizure. Run up, give it up, you know the procedure. I be sipping Jack and honey.
I don't think nothing can make me feel like a man. I don't think nothing can make me not feel like a man.
Chains on my collar.
You can't take the benefits of being a man without the responsibilities.
Give you niggas halos on God in the cake.
Welcome the fuck back to Roses I Did, the show where we walk the path of improvement, try to improve as men, and we hold each other accountable. I am your co-host, Terry Roseland.
And goddamn it, Still Jones.
What's the word, my brother?
Man, cooler.
How's it? I see your ass been gardening and shit, landscaping.
Man.
Fuck going on? We didn't know you knew how to do that.
The folks, they finna have their 30th year wedding vow renewal.
Yeah.
And so we just getting Pops asked me to help him get like the backyard together. And when y'all come over and see that shit, like it's a lot of fucking work. That backyard is huge.
Yeah.
And so just, getting that shit together for him.
What day is that again?
28th.
The 20th.
What I say?
The 28th. It is the 28th. If that's a Saturday, yeah.
Yeah. 28th. So just been in the backyard working and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Other than that shit, the week been smooth. Y'all heard of Udemy? Udemy?
No.
Udemy?
That's what.
Yeah.
Udemy?
The
classes? The classes?
Yeah.
Udemy.
Yeah. I said Udemy.
Udemy sound like a fucking surgery.
That's what I'm like.
I done fucked up my Udemy. But I just found out about that today, and it's this certification I'm finna get, and I was like studying on my own for it, but they got like a whole proven path, and it's all mapped out, and it's like I think it's 22 hours I got excited. I'm finna run through this shit. So, let me see. Other than that, shit, we've been smooth. We just came off, made in Chicago. That was a fun ass weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Like kicking it with like the crew, like just us and our community. That shit is always top tier. It's always, what I'm saying, a good feeling. I feel like it's different than just going out on a fun night, like a random fun night. It's like a
cousins reunion.
I was just finna say something like a family reunion, dead ass. Cousins reunion. So my week was good.
I don't got no question. I don't got no story about no woman. I don't got none of that shit. I got something to tell you motherfuckers. God damn it. Nigga, when y'all have guests on the show, please tell them to put their mouth through the motherfucking microphone, because we can't hear shit what the fuck they say. And you can clearly tell the difference from what the audio that y'all playing out and from them. It just sounds like they so far away when they're talking, bro. But yeah, bro, tell them to talk louder. Speak into the microphone when they talking, bro, because you can clearly hear the difference, bro. I shouldn't have to turn my volume all the way up just to hear the fucking guest, bro. Yeah, I mean the first way, yeah. Appreciate the show, all that good stuff, man. Yeah, keep doing what y'all doing. Yeah, keep driving your life. Fuck nigga.
That was the best voicemail I heard in a minute. Well, that was for you.
Hey, bro, chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out, bro.
He was passionate.
He was mad as fuck.
That pissed him off.
Hey, chill the fuck out.
I wonder what
bro.
episode he listened to.
This probably not even the episode with me. He talking about the guest, but hey, chill the fuck out, bro. We hear you though, love. We gonna tell the guys to turn it up. Good looking.
That's fucking hilarious.
You got it in your life, nigga.
Yeah, he just snapped.
All right, man. Patreon today. I think we're gonna go into. I don't know what we're gonna go into. Oh, I put what's your favorite compliment on my Instagram note.
Yeah.
Landslide was and only women responded, thankfully. Landslide was you smell good.
Yeah. I knew it.
Landslide, like by far. Aura, your energy, your mind, how I see you. I see you're such a great woman. Whatever. Like that was a close second. No, it wasn't a close second, but it was second. Anyway, get into this motherfucking story, man. Let's talk about rape culture. How would you, I kind of defined it a little bit before, but how would you just define rape culture as like you see it from your perspective?
Rape culture is like, it's so crazy. I just seen some shit. How convenient. I just seen some shit on Facebook today. I think his name, let me get his name right quick. Rape culture is actions, conversations, and environments where it almost makes it okay to do the thing. It almost make rape okay because it's not as direct, it's not as loud, like raping a woman,
right.
But it's micro things that contribute to rape, where that's making it okay. It's going overlooked. And this guy, Fergie Oliver, did you see that post I made?
No, talk about it.
It's a white guy named Fergie Oliver, and there was a TV show in the 80s where I think it was like from 1980 to 1985. I forgot the name of the TV show, but his name is Fergie Oliver, where this grown-ass white dude, and he's like on a game show, and there's children there. These children ages ranges from like 5 to like 12. And they were like women, young girls. And he like over them, and this was just full on. He was basically kissing them. Like he would kiss them, ask them a question like, "Oh, you want to win the game show? Give me a kiss." You know what I'm saying? And back then, they say Generation X was like the most abused generation, because I would say back then that rape culture, like that was okay. Nobody checked that. Nobody had conversations around that. So the culture around that behavior, even though we won't call that rape, we'll call that sexual harassment. So anything that's soft, that still is wrong when it comes to rape.
And you say this was Generation X, so this was like our what's Generation X? We millennials. Our parents was the most abused. I could believe that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, like, when you say like most ever. I kind of feel like the further you go back, the worse that shit was.
Yeah.
I mean, just period. Like we talking about black people, especially. We coming from slavery to Jim Crow to yeah. We ain't gotta go there.
Yeah.
I'll define rape culture in a popular line that we all love. If she ain't want to fuck, what she spend the night for? Let's think about that line. Let's break that down. That's basically saying that because a woman chose to spend the night with you for whatever reason she wanted, maybe she was feeling you romantically, maybe she, felt comfortable enough to not go home, whatever the case may be. It's the expectation that you should have access to have sex with her because she stayed at your house.
Yeah.
Right? That's wild as hell.
Yeah. That the only way a woman can come to your house and spend the night, you automatically assume that we're having sex. Like, that's what that means. If a woman wants to come over to your house and spend the night with you, it's been programmed that, AKA, she want to have sex with you.
It's wild as hell.
Yeah.
I shared these sentiments for the majority of my time having sex. That was my mind state as well. I shared that mind state. So I'm not here to like shit on niggas for thinking a certain way because nigga, I thought the same way. Like that's some shit that I said out loud numerous times.
Yeah.
Like, damn, what the fuck she come up with? Well, she knew what I was on. Woo woo. Like, or if she didn't know what I was on, why she spend the night? Why she ain't just go home? Like, that's wild, bro. And that's what I mean when I say rape culture. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. I'm not talking about actually raping somebody. I'm not talking about forcing yourself on somebody. I'm not talking about being a monster, a creep. I'm talking about you having the mind state that you have some type of entitlement to another person's body to sex with that person because of anything that they did, because of what they had on. She was half naked outside, so I feel like I should just try to fuck tonight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever the case may be. I think also it's guising, like putting your desire to fuck under the disguise of romance, under the disguise of your charm, under the disguise of buying things. But instead of just saying like, hey, this is the type of relationship I want with you, are you down for that or not? It's like, I'm gonna buy you shit until I buy you enough that I expect that you give me some pussy and I'm gonna be mad if you don't. Or I'm gonna treat you good enough to the point that I'm gonna expect you to give me some pussy and I'm gonna be mad if you don't. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna spend enough time with you to where I feel like you owe me some pussy because of this time I spent. That's all rape culture. Like, how do that equate to somebody owing you sex?
Damn.
One of my favorite artists is Kanye. I still know some bitches that owe me sex. He said that. I still know some bitches that owe me some pussy. How do somebody owe you pussy? Like, what do you have to do for somebody to owe you some pussy? Right? I've said that before though too. Like I said, like, man, let's go just owe you some pussy. That's the type, like on Terry Rose the podcast, I see you say shit like that all the time.
Bro, I have a girl. Oh my goodness, it's a girl I know. It's a running joke. We've been saying this shit for years. I've been knowing this girl probably since like early 20s.
Yeah.
She was at the crib and we didn't have sex that night. I was too drunk or whatever. I went to sleep. And like the next day, like she finna leave. I'm like, you owe me some pussy.
Yeah.
And we laugh. Nigga, I could come in her DM right now and be like, hey, you got that for me? And we gonna laugh about it, but that's an example of rape culture.
I would exclude that because it's consensual.
Okay, really?
She feels the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I'm saying it's rape culture when the person don't feel the same way or you don't even know how they feel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know how they feel.
All right, cool.
You expecting shorty because she came home with you from a bar. You just supposed to let me fuck because I met you at this bar and you slid home me. Is that the case most times? Maybe, but expecting somebody to just let you fuck is kind of crazy. Like you know what I'm saying?
Another thing with rape culture, niggas at the bar. You buy a girl a drink. 2 drinks, 3 drinks. Like you're buying her drinks.
Yeah.
Like you're behaving as if you're a drone. Like you're hovering around this girl because you feel she owes you something based off of you wanted to buy these drinks.
Yep.
So at the end of the night, like in your head, you like, oh, I know she finna go home with me. Nigga, I just bought her and her friends drinks. Like in your mind, she owe you some pussy.
Yeah.
Because you was buying her alcohol that night.
Yeah. And most niggas date like that. Mm-hmm. Like the whole dating is like I just said on stage the other day at the show, like the exchange of sex for romance.
Yeah.
Right. Most niggas are niggas are trying to date their way into sex.
Yeah.
And that's the goal the whole time. I ain't gonna say most. I'm gonna just say some, because some niggas a lot of niggas might actually like the woman, whatever. The good niggas that like women still want to fuck at the end of the day. Like, you get what I'm saying? But there's some niggas who just want sex. They know they don't want nothing but sex. Instead of just leading with that and letting her know, like, hey, this is my situation. I ain't really looking for shit. Woo, this type of shit I like. That's one thing. But for you to just be like, oh, I'm open to whatever, long-term relationship, whatever, woo. But you know you're just trying to fuck. And you feel like the more you do, because that's one thing, but you feeling like because I'm doing XYZ means that this girl should have sex with me.
Yeah.
Is rape culture.
I think guys like that are with that, who have that intention, those are the ones that is a lot more aggressive when things don't pan out their way. Like, you'll get a bigger reaction out of that guy, where the nigga who started out with the in mind that I want some pussy, so I'm finna wine and dine, I'm finna do this, I'm gonna buy this, buy that, whatever. And when it doesn't pan out how he thought it would, you know what I'm saying, when he don't get the pussy, you'll see a bigger reaction out of that guy versus the guy who still wants a pussy, but it's cool either way. Like, if it don't happen, okay, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So,
and we also got to think about the way women dress and how niggas might feel entitled to a woman because of that. You know what I'm saying? She dressed a certain way, her ass out, she might be shaking ass, so you feel like, oh, I'm gonna smack her on the ass. Yeah. You feel entitled to smack her on the ass. If she ain't want to get smacked on the ass, it's this whole victim blaming. It's like this whole, like, if she ain't want to get smacked on the ass, why would she be doing that? Why would she be dressing like that? Why would she be twerking all day if she ain't want to get smacked on the ass? Guess what, bro? Maybe she did want to get smacked on the ass. Not by you. That don't mean that. You get what I'm saying? Like, even if somebody is, you know, giving a certain energy, that for one, that don't mean the energy you reading is the energy that they really own. That's number one. But number two, even if they is on that energy, you're a fucking stranger, bro. Yeah. It's wild that you just walking up to a stranger and because they doing whatever the fuck they doing, you feel like you got the right to touch this person. That's crazy.
Yeah, think about where it come from. Why do you feel like it's because the thing is nonverbal communication, and you know you can subliminally send messages. Like, where did it come from to where it's okay if she would have this mini skirt on with her ass hanging out? Like, oh, I know she want to fuck, and you got to think back, like, because like prostitutes used to dress like that. You know what I'm saying? So and prostitutes, so you know they was a prostitute. Like, if they on the corner, they gonna dress a certain way to send a subliminal message to you that, hey, I'm open and available for sex. Right? If a prostitute was in a full dress to her fucking ankles and just fully clothed and probably be on the corner, niggas would probably skip, oh, she ain't no shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
she waiting on the bus.
She waiting on the bus.
She on her way to work.
Right, she on her way to Bible study, actually.
Yeah.
But back then, prostitutes used dress provocatively to send a subliminal message, so that could contribute to the thinking of these niggas, to whereas in their head, like when they see that, it was in our video games, Grand Theft Auto. You knew the prostitutes by how they dressed. You know what I'm saying? So niggas could probably, they're programmed to think like that.
Yeah. And that's what we want to go to next, the programming. And I would go to rap music before I go to prostitution, because I think that's what we got it from. Like, our generation, like, yeah, prostitutes was around. I feel like before we even could recognize and eyeball what a prostitute was, we seen Tip Drill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We seen Big Pimpin'. We seen all of the shit, all of the Ludacris videos and all of that shit, to where it's a song about sex and this girl shaking ass, they naked and they getting their ass smacked and whatever the case may be. And I remember going to parties for the first time, clubs for the first time, girls dressing a certain way, and niggas I was with walking past smacking ass. And I'm just like, and it's chicks going for it a lot of times too. So I ain't trying to get it twisted. Like, every nigga who smacked the chick on the ass, she ain't turning around going the fuck off. A lot of times she ain't turning around at all. Like, she cool with getting her ass smacked, and that's what she on. Don't make it right that you just felt like that was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because this girl was cool with it, don't mean that just because you got the result you wanted, don't mean you made the right move. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's good.
Yeah.
What was I finna say? Shit. Damn, I lost it. I'm gonna get it.
And by the way, I'm gonna be honest. I've done that too. It never felt right to me. But I've done it.
What?
A girl shaking ass and I slap on her ass. Like if a girl's shaking that, like especially younger, going to the Secrets, the Mr. Rickies and all of that. If a girl is near me twerking enough in front of me, I was smacking ass. I never felt right doing it. It was almost like
a little hesitation.
I'm super hesitant to do it because I feel like I know I'm wild as hell, but the lust eventually like blocks that out, and I convince myself like, man, she been right here shaking this motherfucker, but I'm gonna see what's to it. Yeah. Smack on her ass and see how she react to it. And yeah, that's wild as hell. But I wanna just be clear about like my participation in shit, just so, because I know like niggas could hear a conversation like this and get super defensive because most niggas participate in this shit. Yeah. So it's easy to hear this and be like, man, y'all on some pandering shit. Y'all on some like y'all just trying to woo woo. I'm keeping it a buck. Like it's just growing up. It's got it. You know what I'm saying?
Assuming.
Yeah.
Assuming you make an ass out of both of us, right?
Yep.
You way safer assuming that this ain't the right move. You see a girl shaking ass, short dress, short shorts. Like even though you said, even though you got away with it before, like my stance on like obviously now, I'm not finna assume that this is okay. But I feel like this is happening a lot more with younger men. I don't know. It could be a lot of niggas our age probably still making these same mistakes.
Yeah.
But I feel like we talking about when we were younger.
Yeah.
But the safe thing is she don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this woman. We have no rapport. Yeah. Like this not okay right now.
Yeah. Absolutely, man.
But in them parties, like in secret, like heavy in secrets. You know what I'm saying? Like, but also think about this. So we talk about like consent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was secrets an environment where that is okay. Because we all know going to secrets, you know what I'm saying? You finna get juked on. It's like a lot of touchy feeling. Like we going there with that in mind. The girls going there knowing that in mind. Yeah. And we low key, you was asking for consent. You would walk up on a girl, go up behind her, and you would low key put your move on her because like you asking for a juke.
That's not asking for consent.
No. So this is how it was consent. This is how the communication was back then. You go behind her. She turn around. If she's okay with it, the juke proceeds. She don't like what she see. Nah, I'm cool.
I get what you're saying, but if your move already on her ass,
that's how we was asking. I'm gonna just say that.
It is, which is wild. And again, I participated in that too, so I'm not trying to front on you. But I'm just saying, like, you to say like I'm asking for consent about putting my dick on your ass and seeing if like the next step is cool. Like, no, like.
But no, okay. So I'm saying,
I get what you're saying though.
So with us doing that,
yeah.
Prime example, when I just gave the example of me and Shorty, and I was like, you owe me sex. You know, I was consensual because both of y'all, you know what I'm saying, like y'all both in on it, right? In secrets, in these little small clubs when we were shorties, like the women are in on. That wasn't a crazy thing to them.
Like, putting your move on them wasn't gonna get you smacked.
No.
Like, I get you.
So like in they head, they know, like that's why they, if it was wild, a shorty had done it. What the fuck? What is you doing, nigga? Woo woo. But even if you was ugly and you did that, they gonna turn around and check to see, you know what I'm saying, if they like what they see.
But you running up on them like that wasn't an offensive part.
That's not an offensive thing.
Yeah. And I think that goes straight into our next point about how women also perpetuate rape culture. Mm-hmm. And when I say women perpetuate rape culture, what I'm talking about specifically is, let's go back to the statement, if you ain't want to fuck.
What you spend a night for?
What you spend a night for. A lot of women agree with that statement. A lot of women will say, yeah, what the fuck she spend a night for? Like, I wouldn't have done it. I ain't spend a night at no nigga house if a nigga not, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not trying to fuck a nigga, why would I spend a night at that nigga house? I'm gonna get up and get my shit and go to fuck home. Woo woo.
Yeah.
Now, women are perpetuating this because of their experiences with it. Women are perpetuating this out of keeping themselves safe and out of being defensive and shit like that. So basically she's saying, I will protect myself because I've been in enough situations so I know to protect myself. So you dumb as hell for not protecting yourself.
Yeah.
But in that, they end up kind of taking the accountability away from the nigga being thirsty and being indecent and end up putting the accountability on the woman, right? And it's no different. Just to make me empathize with that and understand that, right? Let's take it away from sex and put it on something else. We live in Chicago. It's a wild ass city. It's wild ass blocks. And it's wilder blocks, and it's the wildest blocks. And there's places that if a nigga get robbed, you would be like, well, why the fuck was you even over there?
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? Fuck the fact that these niggas shouldn't have robbed you because you a civilian and your auntie live on this block and you was going to pick your nephew up for his birthday. Why the fuck is you on 69th and whatever the fuck you on? You get what I'm saying?
I think Real just did that to me. When I went to get the food, I told him I was on 8th and Ashley. He was like, nigga, what?
You get what I'm saying? So it's like you should be able to go where you want to go to handle your business if you a fucking civilian. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't out here bothering nobody. But it's like, because we had so many bad experiences with niggas being niggas, we kind of on the side of like, nigga, you tweaked. Like, we not even pointing out the fact that these niggas bogus. It's like, no, you bogus for even being over there. So you blaming the victim at the end of the day. And I think that because Chicago culture and violence is so common and normalized to us, we end up blaming victims at times. Because rape culture is so normalized and common to us, women end up blaming other women at times. I know plenty of women who say, oh, them little girls, whatever, with R. Kelly, but them parents was dropping them off over there. And some of them little girls were old enough to know what the fuck they was doing. They was in high school. They knew what they was doing. Cassie knew what the fuck was going on with Diddy. She wanted that bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we see a lot of women who perpetuate rape culture and reinforce the shit. But I think it's out of their bad experiences and protecting themselves.
I'm thinking of an example of I seen a conversation being had on social media about like women and rape, low key. So this guy's stance was, why would you leave your house at night and walk to the store? Like it's 2:00 in the morning. And let's say you live in a bad neighborhood. Yeah. That type of neighborhood, right? You get up at 2:00 in the morning, walk to the store, something happened to you, you get raped or whatever the case may be. And it's like, why the fuck would you be walking around here, a woman by yourself at 2:00 in the morning? That's blaming the victim. And also, we shouldn't live in what people should be doing. Like if we moving out here based on assuming that people gonna do the right thing, you more likely to get caught up in some shit that you don't want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying?
It's a double-edged sword with that.
It is.
Because even if I got a daughter, I'm telling my daughter or my wife or whoever, my cousin, any woman that I feel, my friends, like my female friend, any woman that I feel any level of responsibility for, I'm telling them like, nah, it's too late to be going out to pump your gas, G. Yeah. You leaving the club, that motherfucker gonna eat. If you can't make, I damn near trail you and pump your shit for you, or man, just get your ass to the crib, go get some gas in the morning. Don't stop at no 3:00 in the morning on the south side to get no fucking gas. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it is, part of it is dealing with the reality of what could happen and trying to avoid it. But it's also, if something does happen, the blame just can't go on the person that the shit happened to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of like submitting to the wrongdoing and just saying that like, hey, this is life. You know what I'm saying? You do better.
That's fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? You telling the victim, you do better. Not fuck that the criminal, the person that's out here violating people. We ain't telling them to do better. We telling you to do better. And I think that's when it becomes like just accepting the bullshit at that point. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. I also want to talk about how we're going to come back to men, keeping it on women for a second and flipping the script. There's a lot of women who also take advantage of rape, like what comes out of rape culture, which is the Me Too movement, which is believe all women and things like that. There are some women who take advantage of that. And we see it in a few different ways. There's so many stories I could go to. I remember having a conversation with a woman. It was actually in a friend group. Like it was me and like 3 women having a conversation. And one girl was like, she's like, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm out with a nigga, we drinking, we get drunk, it's our first time kicking it, first date, whatever the case. Even if she knew the nigga. She's like, if I fuck that nigga and I wake up and I decide that I didn't want to do that. Actually, I don't even think she said she was drunk. I think she just said if she fuck a nigga and after she wake up the next morning and decide that she didn't want to do that the nigga raped her. You know what I'm saying? But if you wake up and decide that that was what you wanted to do, then it's okay. Like I always say, it ends up being that a lot of this is about how women, not a lot of it, but there are certain situations outside of course, forceful things, outside of whatever the case, like things like that. There's a lot of situations where it's more about how a woman felt about what happened than what actually happened. If you wake up and you feel good about it, then it's fine. If you wake up and feel like, oh, I think that was too fast, then it's not fine. So
the action was and the fucked up part about that, the action is the same. Yeah, like it's literally contingent upon how she felt.
Yeah, and it's also put the man in a situation to where I wasn't forceful. I wasn't. The vibes was the vibes. Like you was down for this in the moment. How am I supposed to know that you gonna wake up and regret what happened?
Yeah,
because you came back to your senses and you feel like, oh, that was too fast. I feel like a hoe. Or, damn, I got a boyfriend. I just cheated on my nigga, and I done seen that shit play out in multiple situations. I told some of those stories on this podcast before. A story that I don't think I told on this podcast before about myself. I was in a situation where I was dating a young lady who had a store that she was opening on the south side near my house. And she lived on the north side. So when I first met her, she was already working on this project, and I just decided, like, you know what? I'm fucking with you. I'm gonna help you out with it. So I would be up late with her at the store, putting it together, And a lot of times she'd just be like, hey, I'm just gonna spend the night at your crib so I could wake up and go back to the store. She just didn't feel like driving all the way back home. Yeah. Because the project was a lot closer to mine, like 10 minutes away from my crib. So that's what would happen. Now, at this time we were shooting a podcast in my living room, and we had multiple shows. So Sunday through Thursday we had a podcast every single day, and it would be live on Facebook. This is at the time when you was doing your podcast. Mm-hmm. So she would come to the crib. We would, come home after doing the work on the store, and people would be podcasting in my living room, and she'd sit there, watch, and she'd drink while she was watching it, and then she'd spend the night. I was on a 45-day sex fast. This is like I want to say the last 3 nights, or maybe like night 41, 42, and 43, some shit like that. She spent the night 3 nights in a row. The first night, watched the podcast, got drunk, spent the night, asked me for some clothes, put the clothes on, spent the night in my bed, tried to fuck, didn't take her clothes off, nothing like that. And I'm just like, nah, I ain't on shit. Ooh, I got a couple days left on this sex fast. Like, I got you in a couple days. Like, Sunday it'll be over.
Yeah.
Very attractive woman, very, very nice body. Ass was crazy. And I'm saying that because it wasn't easy to resist. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, night 2, same thing. Now, we both drinking though. Like when we watching this podcast, that was just everybody is, how we used to do. We would sit up there, watch the podcast, whatever, get drunk, whatever the case may be. So the second night, same thing. She tried it again. And this time she still won. The first time she just kind of like was a little cuddly. I ain't even gonna say she really tried to fuck. I just got the vibe that she was cool with it. The second night she tried to fuck. Mm-hmm. The second night she kind of rolled over, got on me, She was actually trying to fuck. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. The third night, no bullshit. This is the night that she kind of like just got ass naked. She didn't sleep with no clothes on. I folded. It was like, I think it was like day 44. Because I remember talking to my therapist about it, and she was blue. So, but of course I'm like, gee, I've been wanting to crack the last 2 nights. I'm just like, fuck it. So we go here, we fuck, it's cool, whatever like that. We continue to date. We dated maybe close to a year, but about 8 months into us dating, she randomly was like, I ain't gonna lie, the first time we had sex, I feel like you took advantage of me. That's what she said. And I'm like, how do you feel like that? She was like, I don't know. I just feel like I wasn't ready for that. I just feel like it was too soon. Like, I ain't never gave the pussy up that fast. Woo, woo. And I'm like, okay, how do you feel like I took advantage of you? She was like, I just ain't feel comfortable. Like, I feel like that was too soon. Woo, woo. I'm like, how did I take advantage of you? Like, not how you feel about how quick we had sex. And she couldn't answer the question. So I'm like, okay, cool. You, I'm not gonna say you forced yourself on me because I was with it after a while, but you tried to fuck me for 3 days in a row. And the third day you got ass naked and tried. This was like, you were the aggressor in this situation, not just that night, but for multiple nights. And so it's not a thing to where it all happened in one night and you could be like, oh, I don't really remember that. You were the aggressor. Like, that was the theme of our situation. We used to wake up and talk about that. Like, damn, you was really on that last night. Woo, woo. Like, we gonna fuck in a couple days. Don't worry, my sex fast in it. So this was a theme. Like, we understood that this was our relationship. And she's like, yeah, I get all that. But at the end of the day, I just felt like I wasn't ready. And I feel like it was early, so I just feel like you kind of got over on me.
That's insane.
And I'm like, you got to just take accountability for you wanting to fuck a nigga. And you felt like a hoe. Like, that's what you felt like. I didn't view you that way. I'm still dating you now. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, we still dating. Like, we never even had a conversation about this until like 8 months into us dating. So it's just like, you felt like a hoe. I didn't treat you like a hoe. You get what I'm saying? But she also felt like us having sex early altered our relationship. Like, shit went bad in our relationship later on, and she kind of felt like, she said later on, like, oh, I felt like I kind of gave you she said because of what I had going on, she wouldn't have gave me a chance for real on some long-term shit, but she gave me a chance for real because she fucked me. So she was like, if I wouldn't have fucked you, I probably wouldn't even be talking to you right now. But because I fucked you and this shit went bad, and now I regret that I even talked to you because insane, shit went bad 8 months later. So now I feel like you got over on me. And I'm like, what you really, I don't know if you realize or not, but you accused me of sexual assault, G.
A rape, damn near.
Like, that's what you saying out your mouth right now. But it's all based on this situation not going how you wanted it to go and how you feel about it. And that's crazy. And it really made me move different when it comes to sex. Like 1,000%.
How did you feel? Like, cause you just explained the whole scenario.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. You know what I'm saying, in that scenario. As she was telling you that, I feel like you got over on me. You knowing exactly how it went, did you still feel like a little shitty? Like, damn,
no.
Okay.
No.
That's what I'm gonna ask.
Not at all, G. Like, I was so tweaked out by the shit. Like, no, don't get me wrong. Like, when she first described, like, you know how somebody could describe something to you and you could kind of like,
huh?
Like, no, not even say, huh? Like, you could, like, it'd be so serious that you'd be like, damn, like, is that how it went? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, because of this, how the seriousness of it. You get what I'm saying? But it's just like, I'm like, gee, like, nigga, I was drunk, you was drunk. You were the aggressor, though. At the end of the day, like, you were the aggressor. So it's like, nah, I thought, like, when she was described, then I'm like, nah.
I ain't go down like that.
Like, nah, you trying to switch this shit up a little bit. So I don't know, man. All in all, like, when it comes to, and I'm saying all this not to demonize women, but more so to tell men that, like, you gotta be cautious out here. If you never fucked her drunk, if you never fucked her sober, don't fuck her drunk.
This how cautious you gotta be.
That's the rule.
Personal story with me. Me and this girl, we was having sex, no exaggeration, on and off for damn near like 8 years. Mm-hmm. Like, we are very comfortable with each other. Like, our dynamic is when we link up, you know what I'm saying? Like, we fucking.
Yeah.
Right. So I remember the last time I linked with her, I don't want to say business as usual, but like, we in the crib, we chilling, we in her living room, and I'm touching on her leg, her thigh, breast, and she touching on me. It seems normal.
Yeah.
We get to the room, kissing and everything, and she was like, wait, hold up. I'm like, what's up? And then she like, nothing. I'm like, okay. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that was weird. So we proceeded to have sex, and after the fact, I think maybe the next day, she expressed that she was like, I low-key ain't want to do that like last night. And she didn't flat out say, like, you took advantage of me, but I think she was being, is the word passive? She was trying to say that without saying it. Mm-hmm. She was like, yeah, we shouldn't have did that. I ain't want to do that. Like, I'm like, she was like walking this new path. She wanted an actual boyfriend. She wanted to end our situationship of just sex. Mm-hmm. And since she felt like that, since she decided that, like, she's walking this new path, which I didn't really know about. She's walking this new path. Now that we had sex, I took advantage of her. Mm-hmm. But like, our dynamic, our history, we always do this. Mm-hmm. But the day she decided that, like,
without communicating it to you.
Without communicating.
Right.
Like, she just felt this way. Mm-hmm. That day she decided, I was wrong.
Yeah.
That is so hard to
gauge as a man. It is.
how do I know this?
And that situation is probably one of the hardest because of the history. Like I
could see if this was like I met you tonight or I met you with, like, this is our dynamic.
Bro, I literally met a woman. I want to say the night we met, she spent the night at my house.
Yeah.
And I didn't have sex with her. It was like 3 a.m. I'm a sleepy ass nigga.
Yeah.
It was like 3 a.m. Beautiful woman. Met her that day. She came. She spent the night at the crib. I didn't have sex with her. Glad I didn't have sex with her. The next night I saw her at a bar. I was on her ass. I was drunk. I'm just like, man, I ain't gonna lie. I want to fuck last night. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Like, ooh. She's like, I ain't gonna lie. I want to fuck too. Ooh, shit like that. End up, we ain't go home together though. We just kicked it, whatever. The next night, she ended up back at the crib. I'm sober. We having a conversation. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to you. She was like, oh, the other night you was on that. Ooh. She like, I'm on that too. I'm like, is you sure that's what you want to do? She like, yeah, I feel like it might be too early, but I ain't gonna lie, I want to do it, whatever. I'm like, listen, this is my situation. I'm dating somebody. I'm single, but I can see a future with the person I'm dating. She's single. She probably doing what she want to do. I'm single. I'm doing what I want to do. We still getting to know each other, but I could see a future with that person. I could see myself pursuing that person if it continue to go right. We just ain't at that point yet to where we exclusive, whatever the case may be. If you cool with that and you still want to kick it, that's cool. But also, I ain't trying to fuck you until you 100% know that you want to fuck. I don't want you to have no regrets. And when we having sex, I want you to get wild. So I don't even want you like second guessing this shit. You get what I'm saying? And she like, oh, I appreciate your honesty. I was only able to have that conversation with her because of my prior experiences with people. I don't know you like that. This podcast is growing. I give a fuck about it. My image is growing. I just did a fucking graduation ceremony keynotes. I don't need no fucking body saying I did nothing crazy. So I want to put all the cards on the table and have that conversation ahead of time. Of course, she like, oh, I appreciate your honesty, all this other shit. And we ain't had sex that night. You know what I'm saying? This after and that's her consenting to the shit. And I'm just like, I'm still not finna fuck you because
you're not even horny after a conversation like that.
Yeah, like, and that's why I talk about initiating sex so much because, bro, I really don't be like. It's been a while since I fucked a woman who didn't like show that she wanted to fuck first. Like, I don't make sexual moves on women first at all. Like, it's not happening. Like, if I meet a new woman, I'm not doing nothing sexual before she do. Like, it's not happening. And that's because of my past experiences and everything we got going on and me not. I'm not trying to fuck that stuff. I see what's going on with Shannon Sharp and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on none of that. And people just out. It's people playing a lot of different games. I say all that, but in your situation, I feel like it's no way to tell because this is a brand new person. So I feel the need to have this conversation. If this is somebody like over the stretch of years, our dynamic is we link up and we have sex. And then we link up and we had sex, and all of a sudden you like, nah, I'm walking a new journey. Like, we weren't talking about this in a bar before. It was no signal for me to be like, whatever. And you was with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you folded into temptation. I was already on some temptation shit. Yeah. You trying to walk a different path, but you folded for temptation and you feel bad about it, but you blaming me for it. And you gotta hold that accountability on yourself. That's the dangerous part of the shit. Like,
even more dangerous, like guys who, like you say, you don't make any sexual advances on women or whatever. You wait for them. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of guys where they'll make the sexual advance, and the woman is with it. It's consensual. She ain't saying the next day that, hey, I felt this way or whatever. Yeah. And that happens over and over and over and over. Yeah. So, like, you low key getting programmed to believe that, number one, this is okay. Number two, like, it's gonna work. Mm-hmm. So you mess around and meet a woman first night or whatever, and even some of the other women that could have worked the first night. You meet the wrong woman, and that happens, and your life over.
I've explained this before. I'm gonna say it again, bro. As men, as young men, a lot of times we get trained to sexually assault women. Now, what I mean by that is you will be 12 years old talking to a nigga that's 17 that you feel like is grown. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like he been getting pussy and he know what he talking about. He driving a car. He got girls in the car. He know what the fuck going. He got the experience, and he young enough and cool enough for you to listen to him. But you 12 years old and he telling you like, oh, you trying to take a girl virginity, whatever the case may be. You gotta go to her crib. You gotta kiss on her, kiss on the lips. If she really ain't with it, she ain't drawing off that, then you kiss on the neck. If she still ain't feeling it, then you put your hand in her shirt. She take your hand out of her shirt. You go back to the neck. You know what I'm saying? She go like she ain't. Then you put your hand in her pants, and then you try to unbuckle her shit. Woo, woo. And then if she say no, then nigga, you just stop. Nigga, you don't want to rape her. It's like nigga, she been said no. She been said no.
God
but
damn.
that's how I swear to God, like older niggas when you a kid, they teach you this is how you do this. So instead of teaching young men to respect boundaries, we're teaching young men strategies to get sex instead of just teaching them to respect a boundary.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But again, this is programming. I was in a barbershop not too long ago. A man was in a car with a woman and he kicked the woman out the car. Right? I didn't see it though. I'm getting my hair cut.
Yeah.
He kicked the woman out the car. I don't know if the car was moving or what, but he kicked the woman out the car in such a way that the police saw it and pulled the nigga over. Right? So the men in the barber, it's kids in the barbershop. It's young boys in the barbershop. The men in the barbershop are all like kind of ran to the window to see what was going on, stepped outside a little bit to see what was going on. But the commentary around it is like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I had to kick a couple bitches out my car. I eject the bitch quick. Ooh, bitch ain't gonna play with me in my car.
Ejectocito, cuz.
Another nigga like, at least the bitch got a ride. The police pulled up. Ooh. And then now the conversation in the barbershop turns into, have you ever had to kick a bitch out the car? Mm-hmm. If I'm 8 and I'm hearing this conversation, what is that informing me? Like, what is that telling me? Like, how does that make me feel about how to treat? Because this obviously, like, this is a woman that you're dating. We're not talking about our sister. He ain't kick his sister out the car. He ain't kick his. This is a woman that you dating, and even just the commentary. Oh, at least the bitch got a ride. Police pulled up. It's like that's like kind of like,
you know what that's doing?
You're worthless. Like, you get what I'm saying?
You know what that's doing? Even though he's 8 years old, and those conversations will happen repeatedly. Yeah. So it's constantly getting programmed.
Yeah.
When he's of age to date, he's gonna remember these conversations.
Yes.
He's gonna do the same thing so he can contribute to the story when it comes up again.
Yes.
Like you sitting back low key and you seeing all these other guys talk about how we had to kick this bitch out. Ooh, get the fuck on. And you also, not only do you see guys tell this story, you see other guys affirming him for the story.
Yes.
So when it's your turn per se, you fuck around and can't wait for that opportunity to do it, just so you can go back and get that that same validation that you saw other men experience. Like, oh hell yeah, you fuck around, try to bring the conversation up. Yeah. Like, hell yeah, man, I had to kick a bitch out the car. Like, yeah. All for validation.
Yeah. And most circles of men, and this is just me being real.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to shit on niggas, but this is just because we're programmed to be this way. And I got grace for niggas because I know we programmed to be this way because I was programmed to be this way. In most circles of men, the conversation around women is 100% objective.
Oh, yeah.
It's 100% like objectifying women. And I mean by that is like even just the thought of having like the thing that masculinity teaches you about women is that the more women you have, the more of a man you are, right? So you always say like, oh, he got all the hoes. He the man. Like that's the man right there. He got them all. More than anything. More than a nigga selling drugs. More than a nigga having money. He got all the hoes. He the man.
He that nigga.
A nigga, you ain't never heard a nigga be called the man for having a good woman.
Never.
You'll never hear that shit. You ain't never heard a man being celebrated for having a good woman. Is if you got all the hoes, you the man. So what did that tell you? To collect women. Ooh, you get what I'm saying? Not to respect women, not to cherish your woman. Just collect them. Just get as many as you can.
Niggas want to be Thanos.
Like fucking stamps or some shit. Like you get what I'm saying? Like bottle caps, like Pokemon cards. Like how many can you get? And it's really like Pokemon cards because like you got the Pikachu joint, you got the Raichu joint. Like you got her. Like oh, you really cold. You got her.
That's the holograph.
On the wood, like, oh, you got Alicia, that's worth all these numbers.
Oh man.
That's like a nigga traded you 4 Pokemon cards for the joint. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like objectification is so deep rooted in our culture that we could see it in the media and it not even like it don't even register to us. And it just transferred to like this is how we grew up doing the same shit. Who could get the most numbers in this bitch? We go to this party, who gonna get the most numbers?
Bro, let me think. Let me see how I'm gonna position this story. So it was this girl. It was this girl, and she said she was talking about like how I basically got women or had women or whatnot.
Right.
And she was like, "You low key just like this other dude." You know what I'm saying? And she pointed out another guy And I was like in the vicinity, like him right there. Yeah, he get all the hoes out here, or he do this or whatever. I instantly had a respect for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like because it's not only is it's coming from a woman.
Yeah.
She like, oh yeah, he get all the hoes. Like the hoes be on him. And I never met this dude. We never spoke. We never said hello. She just pointed at him and I saw him. And I instantly, I'm like, I respected it.
That programming nasty, bro.
I respected it.
I'll never forget. Like, I ain't gonna say, I never get. I'm downstate in college, and my homie who I respect, we grew up together. He get girls, I get girls. Like we do our thing.
Yeah.
So it's like if a nigga who don't get women tell you, oh, he the man, he got women, it's kind of like, okay, nigga, you don't even get. So he might got 2 girls you like and not use it. But if a nigga who you know getting chicks tell you like, nah, he that nigga.
Oh man.
Bro, I swear to God, we was at a frat house, standing behind the house, like outside the party. A red Cadillac pull up with some little rims on that. It ain't nothing special today, but back then you in college, it was
for sure.
He like, bro, that's that nigga so and so, man. That's that nigga, bro. He'll fuck your bitch. Like you see that nigga pull, you see that nigga, you see that nigga talking to your bitch. Forget about it, bro. And the nigga didn't even get out the car. Yeah. So now every time I see the car, I'm like, there go that man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, there go. Then when I see the nigga, I'm just like automatically like, oh, that's that nigga. Like I'm so bought into the character of, and it's so. Like, I'm so kind of like admirable of it. Even though I'm a nigga who get women. It's not like I'm a nigga out here who on some pipsqueak. Like, I was going crazy my first year of college. But I'm like, whatever I'm doing, this nigga got to be doing 10 times more if my homie who doing the same damage I'm doing is like looking at him like whatever. And again, you under that umbrella of, you know what I'm saying? The more women you get, the more masculine you are. So I'm looking at this nigga like he's really a man's man. I've never spoke a word to this nigga. Yeah. I don't know what this nigga voice sound like. I don't know what his major is. I don't know what job he work at. I don't know nothing about him other than he get women. And I'm looking at him like he's a man's man. Like he has to be. I created the nigga character in my head. He's smooth as hell. He digging these bitches down. He got some bread. Like I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, all this got to be true. It's like a character. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro.
And to like with rape culture, right? So think about like because you want that status. You want a nigga to look at you and talk about you in that way, right? Yeah. So think about a nigga in a situation where a woman is maybe unsure if she gonna want to have sex with him or whatever. Like niggas will push to have sex more for the story than the actual sexual experience. Absolutely. I want to be able to say I hit her. Exactly. Like you getting off to impress men. You getting off on getting this notch on your belt, collecting this holograph Pokemon card. Like this is you more looking forward to telling the guys and telling niggas that you hit her versus actually enjoying this woman.
And you rather the validation of men. I'm not trying to I'm not finna try to do the whole, all niggas is gay, y'all trying to impress each other. No. We not doing that at all. We not doing the whole, like, black men is gay shit. Like, niggas have a certain brotherhood and camaraderie. A lot of that brotherhood is based on bullshit. A lot of the camaraderie is based on bullshit. However, a nigga, you ain't even trying to fuck her good. You trying to tap out and go tell a guy. So you more excited about how the guy's gonna feel about you fucking her than how she felt about you fucking her. And that goes again into the program of ain't nobody never tell me, well, niggas do tell you that fucking a chick good, it makes you more masculine. But it's a lot easier to just fuck more women than fuck women right. You know what I'm saying? And you that young, you thinking that you tearing pussy up anyway. They faking
You're
not.
Shit.
Yeah, you think you tearing.
You're not
crazy. I also would have go into. You had anything else on that?
I did, but I lost it. Go ahead.
Okay, let me know. But I also wanted to go into how like when I like was able to start building empathy for women. It was when I went to college. I got into this shit called Progressive Male Mentors, PMM or something like that. I can't even remember the name of the dude running it, but that was the first time I heard about male privilege. And my reaction to it was like, I'm a black man in America. Get the fuck out of here talking about any type of privilege. And he just started making so many points about, as a man, there's so many things you never have to worry about that a woman has to worry about, especially a black woman. So you have a lot of privileges, actually. And it was shit that was undeniable. You know what I'm saying? It was shit that, like, even in my immature mind and my defensive mind, I could not debate this. I'm like, he's right. And it really just opened my eyes to all the privileges that we have as men and all the disadvantages that women are at. I didn't really start to understand sexual assault in a way of like coercion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was just the craziest thing. I remember I was going viral on Twitter where niggas at my college was getting, accused by women of coercion. Like, oh, I went to his crib. I didn't, I ain't had no panties on. I had a skirt on, and I sat on the nigga lap, and he ran his hand up my skirt and tried to finger me, and he was trying to fuck and woo woo, or he just kept asking me to give him head over and over and over again. I'm just like, why the fuck you ain't say no? Why the fuck you sit on this nigga lap with no skirt on? Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, why y'all like why can't y'all just say no and move on? This nigga wasn't physically forceful at all. He asked you for some pussy and you gave it to him. Like, I don't care if he asked you 10 times. Say no 10 times. You get what I'm saying? But that group taught me like, nah, a woman could legit be like, this nigga twice my size and he really wants some pussy, and I don't know how he gonna react if I don't give it to him. Now, a lot of these situations, just to add more nuance to it, and because even a motherfucker can hear that and be like, okay, she still should have said no. It's not like the nigga was physically forceful, regardless of what size he is. A lot of times in those situations, even if the woman keep fucking with the nigga after the coercion happened, that's another thing as a man. I felt like, okay, you saying this nigga kind of like verbally forced you into having sex with him. You know what I'm saying? You ain't really want to have sex. He kept asking. He was being however he was being. You was uncomfortable. You fucked him, but now you still fucking him. Like, how are you now saying that he coerced you or sexual assaulted you, whatever the case may be? And what I began to realize is that a lot of women feel like, I was gonna fuck that nigga anyway. I just really want to fuck. I wasn't ready to fuck him then, but I was kind of intimidated to say no. But I already liked the nigga. Was already feeling his vibe. Was already woo woo. I just didn't feel a sexual way about him yet. So, and him but you know what I'm saying? Him coming off the way he came off, it was like, all right, that was kind of strong. So I did it. I didn't really want to do it. Now I regret it. Still like the nigga, was gonna fuck him anyway. So they keep talking to him. Not something that easy to understand as a man or to be empathetic for as a man. But I began to get it over the years.
Yeah, that made me think about a lot of husbands don't think they can rape their wife.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. I see that shit on Facebook a lot, and it's crazy.
Yeah, like we married, like that's mine. Like, you don't.
Yeah,
like,
that's insane.
Like it's in their mind, it's impossible. There's no way I can rape my wife.
Right.
Like what do you mean? Like we married. You know what I'm saying, this the only woman I'm gonna have sex. Like if she ain't gonna give it to me, where else I'm gonna get it? She gotta give me this pussy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That how is it related to rape culture? It's the same programming, like it transferred over into the
marriage. Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then it's also like just trying to have men build empathy for women, because that's really where I wanted to go with it when I was talking about like my experience in college with that specific mentorship group. But another thing that made me build empathy for women when it comes to rape culture is, actually, I had a homie who told me, he was like, bro, most women I know got molested as a child. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't really know that many women that got molested as a kid. And he was like, what you think they gonna come out and tell you? Like, ask the women around you, ask the women you date, ask the women in your family. And I swear to God, from that point on, women I date or women, when the conversation come up, if that question get asked, I'm gonna say 90% of the time. Maybe higher than 90%. I could name probably on one hand the amount of women I've asked that to who said like, nah, ain't nothing happened to me. Was it always from the hands of a man? No. Sometimes it'd be an older female cousin who trying to experiment. Sometimes it's, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a boy cousin your age. It's not always this like older, overbearing person. Sometimes it's just you uncomfortable and it's some girl on girl shit, whatever the case may be. But a lot of women, but the vast majority that I ask is like, yeah, some shit happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's typically a family member. That's a lot of times why even understanding when we talk about the respectability politics, if you wouldn't have wore that, if you wouldn't have walked down that street, then this wouldn't have happened to you. Most women is getting raped by people that they trust. Most women is getting raped by family members and shit like that. So when I started having these conversations with women, I started being more empathetic about it. And I also started to understand why a lot of women don't speak up. That's another thing a lot of men have the privilege of not understanding and kind of bash women for. It's like, why you ain't say shit?
Because in our, like when a man asks, why you ain't just say no? Why you ain't just speak up? Or why you ain't just
speak up about after it happened?
Yeah. I'm talking about after it happened, during, like when we hear, like when men hear why you ain't stop it? Why you ain't say no? Why you ain't just speak up for yourself?
Yeah.
We're saying that from a place because we are putting ourselves in their shoes. Because you internalize it like you'd have whooped his ass. You'd have got up. You would have used your physical power to get it. Like nobody would have made you do this.
Yeah.
And you forget that we talk about like this is a woman against a man. Because you hearing the story of you were a victim of a man and you instantly go into protector mode like you wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah.
Forgetting that this is a woman.
A woman, yeah. I also think that when I'm gonna say this specifically about why women, you know, like, oh, why you wait this long to say something? Why you ain't say something as soon as it happened? Why you ain't go to the police, whatever the case may be? In a lot of these situations, the dynamic between a woman and a man, if it's not a stranger, the dynamic is why women won't say shit. So you think about women getting assaulted by niggas in their family.
Yeah.
How many women do you know, like, oh, I told my grandma, I told my mama, they like, oh, we don't want to fuck up the family. We don't want to divide the family. We don't want to fuck up the family reunion. I know a nigga who had something, like a sibling, something happened with a sibling, and he whooped the nigga who did it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit went how it went when they was younger, and every time he see the nigga, he whooped the nigga. Like every time. Guess who stopped getting invited and who got banned from the family cookouts and the family reunions?
The victim?
The nigga who was whooping Buddy ass. They didn't ban Buddy and tell him you can't come back because you did this to your cousin. They said, bro, you fucking up the family vibes, bro. You don't gotta whoop the nigga every time. That shit old, bro. You gotta let that shit go. That shit happened. You done already whooped the nigga. Woo woo. Why you not banning bro? Like you banning me for beating this nigga the fuck up for doing some crazy shit to his own family member. You get what I'm saying? Like, and all you keeping that bullshit up, bro. You gotta let that shit go. He did it, man. You gotta woo woo. Like, so when you see something like that, when you grow up seeing shit like that, when you grow up or people just straight up not believing you, or you know what I'm saying? We got friends that have said like they motherfucking parent that said some shit like, oh well, you know, oh this person did this to you. You sure that happened to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they got to be some of the most hurtful shit. Like you go to your mom or your dad, and they stop lying. Or because they still might want to choose that person. It might be your step parent. Like, oh, I need love too. Ooh, they still might want to choose that person, or financially they might need that person. You know what I'm saying? They might actually like y'all might be in a situation where y'all dependent, and then you go back in history and you think about, we talked about the Tyler Perry shit earlier. You go back and read some of them black literature from the 60s, from the 40s. There's a lot of sexual assault going on to where grandma ain't got nowhere to fucking go. Yeah. So motherfucker gonna have to shut the fuck up, and that shit just was what it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And that shit get passed down, G. That shit get passed down. It's fucked up. Another thing is just like men gotta understand that it's times where we objectified.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not sexually, so we don't correlate it to how women feel by being objectified sexually. But as a nigga, you've been objectified in a sense of you just being used for money.
Y'all hate that.
A motherfucker think you just a wallet.
When I say like y'all hate that, not excluding myself, but think about how that make you feel.
Yeah.
When you get objectified, when a woman is using you for your, like y'all talk about it on the line all the time, like, oh, a woman gonna use you for your resources. You know what I'm saying? And she just want this, she just want that. Like you feel that hurts your heart. Like you feel a way.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, you know what I'm saying, when we objectify women. And just because we don't look at it like that, because a woman ain't really, they're not looking at it like, I'm doing this horrible thing, I'm using you for your resources or whatever. Like It's just like, oh, whatever. And in the same breath, that's probably how a lot of men are looking at women. Like, oh, ain't nobody who you minimizing the how they feel about the damage you're doing to them.
Yeah, it's dehumanizing. Men get dehumanized that the being put in a box of a provider and a protector and nothing else. You can't have emotions. You can't be burnt out. You can't grieve for too long. Something happened to your family. You still gotta get up and work. And don't nobody really give a fuck about how you feel. You see niggas on the internet every day talking about how they feel because they're not allowed to be human. They're supposed to be this fucking robot. So that's also you being objectified. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about how, you know, masculinity teaches us a lot about status and how it feel to be reduced to a number. You go to the motherfucking club, the bouncer talking to you crazy. You know what I'm saying? The nigga patting you down all crazy. The nigga kicking you out the line because you ain't got the right shoes. So it's like you ain't even being treated like a person. You just a customer at this point. Motherfucker ain't trying to hit nothing you got going on or something happened, your friend kicked you. We know how it feel to be in an establishment where you didn't spend money or whatever the case may be, and a motherfucker kind of shun you, push you to the side, emasculate you. The police do it to us all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a person. And we think about a lot of times you hear a lot of intellectual black people who, for the culture, say a lot of times black men treat black women the way white men treat black men. So when you think about the objectification of black men or black people by white people, the biggest things is you 3/5 of a person. You're here to work. You're not here to be able to read and write. You're not here to be able to have thoughts and feelings and emotions and things like that. So like, it's a lot of history of us being objectified. So it's like we can understand it in that realm, but when you looking at a woman and saying like you just a body, you know what I'm saying?
I just thought about looking at a woman, you just a body, or you supposed to be in the kitchen. You're good behind the stove.
Exactly.
Like what? Why are you giving us your opinion right now?
Shut up, cook, clean, and
shut
fuck.
up, cook. Like what? Stay in a woman's place.
Yeah.
And that's how LeBron shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing.
Damn.
It's all the same thing across the board. So I just wanted to get some ways that niggas can empathize with that shit and start to understand it. But again, rape culture is deep rooted. I'm not trying to villainize niggas. I'm just trying to
have a conversation.
Get niggas to be more empathetic for the shit that we do and how it would affect other people, and be more aware of our actions and how it's affecting the women in our community at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So that's that on that, man. You got AMP?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. The last time I was talking about discipline was designing your environment. But today, like, be your own coach, right? Mm-hmm. You got to hold yourself accountable in a lot of different ways. But the only way to hold yourself accountable is you got to be aware. Because it's been plenty of times where I'm not aware that I'm falling off, or I'm not aware that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, or per se. And I'm not speaking like in present tense. I'm talking about my process and growing into the person I am right now, where you, in your mind, you created a reason why you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. And that reason is okay. You know what I'm saying? It's almost, it's really why I don't be accepting excuses in the accountability group. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear you. Like, life is happening to you. Life is also happening to this person, me, myself. Like the people who are getting things done, life isn't not happening to them. Like, they're just disciplined to prioritize and make sure whatever it is they have to do, they're doing it. So if you're not aware that you off track, if you making up excuses and rationalizing why you're not doing things, it's hard to be your own coach. You know what I'm saying? So number one, become more aware, practice being aware, and hold yourself accountable. But if you can't hold yourself accountable when it comes to fitness, you can always holler at me, DM me coach, and I'll hold your ass accountable. And you're gonna get in shape real quick.
Absolutely. This is my advice for boy moms. Today, I was walking in UPS with Carter, right? And I held the door for this lady, and she walked straight through. Well, actually, I was gonna walk through the door first. I saw her coming. I stepped back out the door, like scooted him to the side, and was like, "Oh, come on through." And she walked through the door, didn't say thank you. So Carter picked up on it. He like, she didn't even say thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not only did we, it's not like she was coming through the door first. Like, we stopped, moved out our way, held the door. He like, she didn't even say thank you. And I'm like, what that means? She like, man, that's rude. She petty. Like, she should have said thank you. I'm like, yeah, she did. But so I'm like, so what should I do next time? He like, don't hold the door for her.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, we gonna hold the door every time. Like, did we hold the door so we can get a thank you? When I saw her, I was like, damn, let me get this thank you real quick. Let me grab this door. I'm like, no, if you holding the door because you're a gentleman. So you do what you do because it's who you are, not because of what you get from it. Right? So the thing is, when I was telling them when we got back in college, I was like, man, you'll be in an environment, we on the south side of Chicago. Everybody ain't the politest in this city. Everybody ain't the politest in our environment, in our neighborhood. So you grew up in this environment and you fold to that environment and say, you know what? I ain't holding the door no more. Ain't nobody over here rude. Everybody over here rude. I done held the door, and majority of the time they ain't saying thank you. They walking right through. I ain't finna keep moving out the way for people and all this shit. Yeah. Okay, boom, you grow up, you go to college, you in a new environment. Everybody holding the door except you. Yeah. Now you rude. Now you the asshole. Because your environment taught you to go against your better judgment and be the person you're supposed to be. So now you step out of the good things you was doing because of the bad things other people did, and now you the person doing the bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And now you the jackass. So at the end of the day, teach your sons to do what they do because of who they are, not because of what they're gonna get from it. It's not about the validation. It's about the growth.
I think that's also how niggas become fuckboys in their dealings with relationships with women. Like you started off, you the gentleman, you buying the flowers, you holding the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You doing the nice gestures. And then in this instance, just one person did you wrong. And in the other example, like, you know, that's the environment, but this one girl did you wrong. And now you like, all right, fuck this shit. I ain't fuck these hoes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then the other thing is that, like I told them, good people do things because they good people. The people who do good things because because of what they're gonna get from it is not good people. They just opportunists, or their goodness is situational. You know what I'm saying? I'll do this to get that. But if that ain't on the table, then I ain't doing that. That's not a good person. That's a person who just, you know, an opportunist.
I literally was just I was having a conversation with Trey because he was on punishment, and he was basically asking me when he gonna get off punishment and what he had to do to get off punishment. Right? Like, what I gotta clean up? What I gotta like be good for X amount of time? I'm like, you got this all wrong.
Yeah, you got this fucked up.
Like, you just need to be good.
Period.
Like, you're not, because what you're telling me is you're about to be good to get this result. Yeah. Then you're gonna go back to who you are.
Yeah.
And then when you don't have what you want again, now you gotta, what action can I do to get the result again? Versus if you just change the behavior and you're good all the time, you'll always have the result.
So it's like the conversation we was having earlier about buying property. Like, you be who you need to be. You save up. You take the lifestyle hit to get the property. You get it. You move in. Your expenses get lower because you don't got to pay rent no more. You did the multi-unit, whatever the case may be. Then you think it's shake that ass time, and you just changed your lifestyle. You just changed your habits just to get the result. You get it. When you switch up, now you finna lose the crib because when that washer break, when that furnace break, when this break, you don't got the bread for it because you didn't make this your permanent lifestyle. You just kind of put on an act to get a certain result, and you end up back in a fucked up situation. So just, you know, a little conversation we was having earlier, but at the end of the day, man, that's valid. So we gonna get up out of here. That's the end of the show. Again, I appreciate everybody who came out for Made in Chicago. If you want to keep catching these Rose I Did episodes, you need to subscribe to Patreon as a free member so you can keep getting these episodes weekly. If you want to upgrade after that point, feel free to do so. But right now, we just need you to subscribe as a free member so you keep getting these episodes and stay in the family. We appreciate y'all walking the path of self-improvement with us. Decide, plan, sacrifice.
Shoot.
We out.
God in the king.